Reds, we are back. Shout out to everyone who's joining us now. If you haven't, make sure you smash a like and subscribe. I've got a big panel with me today because I thought we need to get some other opinions of the United game, and also, this is the Frankfurt preview tomorrow night, which could have been a game where we changed a few players, but I don't think we really can change any of the main ones anymore because Liverpool have to win. But yeah, Rick, you're back. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad, mate. Been a bit of a long one, but yeah, no, all good, mate. All good. Back to getting on the shows.
Is right. Ross, how are we?
Yeah, all good. All good. Glad to be back on a pod. But yeah, hopefully these Reds fucking turn up for us now. So, but yeah, good to be back.
Mr. Scouse Mo in the house. How are we?
How are we, bro? I'm all right, apart from the Reds being awful. It's good to be back on the channel. I see you've been churning out loads of videos. You've been smashing it, lad. So happy to be back on, La. Nice one.
Lad, I'm fucking knackered, to be honest.
I can imagine, lad. But you've been smashing it, bro. Keep it up.
Well, there's a lot to fucking talk about.
Yeah, there definitely is. There definitely is.
And we've got Welsh Mo in the building as well. We've got the two Mo's. It looks like we should just have a 4, 2, 3, 1.
Literally.
How are we, lad?
I'm good, man. This is like therapy for me. I feel like saying, like, my name's Welsh Mo, and I've lost 4 in a row.
I've got to go.
Let the therapy begin.
This is it. Look, shout out to everyone in the chat. Adam's not with us today, but he will be back tomorrow after the going to do an instant match reaction. Could be fucking bad or good. But you know what? Look, I'll start with our 2 guests first. I'll go to you first, Welsh Mo. Just so I'm saying Welsh Mo, just so people can fucking Look, I want your thoughts, right, on not the week prior to the international break. We've had our chat about that on here, lads. But I want your thoughts on Man United because I'm still not over it yet, to be honest. I'll never be over that game. Do you know what I mean? That's a difficult one to take. I want your thoughts on it.
Just where do we start? Like, where do we pick the bones apart? Like, we made a very, very average, we could say shit, Man United's team look like prime Barca. And that's all down to us. And straight from the off, like, we just, look, people can make an excuse and say, look, the head injury and it should have been stopped. But there was like 6, 7, 8, 10 seconds after that before the goal went in, and the reaction after that, you played to the whistle.
Went in twice, didn't he?
Yeah, he went in twice. And we were always told, play to the whistle, haven't we? So, play to the whistle. So, but the biggest thing for me that I was biggest annoyed about, again, shit show. But I just feel we have no identity anymore. And it's just scary how quick we've lost that. Pre-season, when we played Atletico, we were popping it around, 1-2s, passing, moving. I thought, do you know what? We look good here. I was excited. I was buzzing. And then all of a sudden, fast forward 8 weeks, I feel like we've got zero identity. There's so much of a gap. When the defenders pick the ball, the gaps are just too big. Instead of popping passing, they're standing on the ball. We were 1-0 down, 17 minutes. Kirk is at the ball. He had his foot on the ball. I lost my head. I lost my shit. I did. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I didn't know. Like, he was just standing on the ball. Like, we were 4-0 up. I just couldn't believe it. And for me, the biggest worry is this: there's no identity. There's too many gaps between defense to midfield, midfield to attack, and there's no pace, I think, as well.
It's a very worrying thing. Mo as well. Scouse Mo, look, what Adam said here, did United do a job on us or did we do a job on ourselves? And I think it's a bit of both, isn't it, lads? Ultimately speaking. Do you know what? Football is easy if you do the things correct. And I do, look, with regards to the team, Mo, because I know we've spoke about it, that team, if you set them out to do the application right in a proper 4-2-3-1, that automatically should have fucking made them better. Instead, we went out there with a 4-1-5.
Literally, it was a 4-1-5. And you know what? It's quite naive from I keep calling him Klopp, from Slot, because I think he went with those. I keep calling him
these fucking shows with us, lads.
I'm losing my mind, lad. Like, I think he went into that game with, like, because they've got 5 defenders across the back, he went with like 5 attackers against them. And like just watching that game, yeah, you could see that McAllister was pushed on and Szoboszlai was pushed on. And weirdly, Isaac was more pushed on to the right-hand side to like where Luke Shaw was. And I'm thinking to myself, if you want McAllister to be that pushed on, there's a player that you just bought in the summer for 116 million whose position is perfect for that role. Why don't you play him? Why don't you play him? And going back to the question I was asking in the comments, United playing that system, it's perfect against teams like Liverpool. The teams that are going to have the ball, that are going to come on against them. Perfect. All you got to do is just sit back, soak up the pressure, and try and hit us on counter-attacks. It's been happening to Liverpool for countless years. And United, obviously, we're going to do it. They did it last season when they drew 2-2 against us. They were always going to Crystal Palace when they play in that 3-back formation. Any team, if they're going to come with that kind of formation, that's what's going to happen. But for me, Ben, we had a couple of some of these panel shows on here and also on Anfield Index, and we talked about what kind of team we wanted to see, and we all preached the same thing. We said we wanted to see Wirtz in behind like a Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro, running ring in that gap behind them, because that's where you can exploit. And then you bring out the centre halves. You want to exploit the space behind with the centre halves coming out and attracted to Wirtz. And then you're finding the passes through to Isaac. Like, it wasn't difficult. I'm just a football fan. Do you know what I mean? I ain't no coach. I ain't no manager. I ain't got a clue compared to Slot, really. But, like, it's just so naive, some of these teams he's picking and the formations he's going with. I don't understand anything, as Welshmo said. I'm so confused. Like, you're seeing, I've gave Kirk so much stick, but I felt kind of sorry for him on Sunday, because every time he gets the ball, there isn't a pass on.
This is the problem. They're asking him to be a Trent fucking unicorn fucking.
He's not.
Player.
He's not from it. Like, if that's the I just don't understand Kirk's role in the team. Like, and I don't blame him anymore. Like, I may not rate him, but like, I don't blame him anymore, because I feel sorry for him. He's expected to invert into midfield, which is so unnatural to him, and then just try and link the play, be the one that's going to be dictating the flow of the game. Am I losing my mind, please? Like, genuinely, am I lost?
They're being set up to fail, aren't they?
Like, genuinely, what? Please, somebody smarter than me explain this to me, because I can't. I don't understand.
The same for both fullbacks, actually, because
they
can't play their game mode if there's no one covering their asses as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you're going to be a bit like, I think Kirk's was a bit like, do a goal, do a stay back. Virgil was exactly the same. I'll be honest, I'm coming to you now, Rick. Look, for me, I think it was Virgil van Dijk's worst game I've ever seen him in a Liverpool shirt. I thought he was fucking terrible. Do you know what I mean? And if he's your leader and he's fucking being joint, I think Mo's mowing in with the fucking worst two players on the pitch for me. And you're like, fucking hell, I feel like they're letting the new players down a notch. But Rick, look, MK's here, shout out for the comments, saying, in general, is Slot ball too slow? Because we used to be electric, exciting, fun to watch. Rick, just before you answer that, I don't think the football's too much different, to be honest, because I know last year it was very similar. We weren't just blistering out the blocks all the time. We always said, didn't we, he slowed games down, controlled it a bit better. But you were in a good spec, Rick, at the ground, so you were at the match. You know, so you're behind the goal in the upper ante. So you saw the shape. What was it looking like from your side? It was poor, wasn't it?
It's fucking boring. We were boring last season. Like, let's be honest, all right, we won the league. We were boring last season. The football boring. It's terrible. There's no idea behind it. There's no shape. There's no structure. Kirkes probably don't want to bomb forward because he's looking next to him, seeing Van Dijk act like a fucking idiot. He was at fault for the first goal, Van Dijk. You've seen Mbeumo running. You're not following him. You just let him run past you.
Done the same as Konate did. Facing the goal, not looking at the player.
He's asked Konate to come across and cover him when Mbeumo's gone through, knowing full well Konate was never getting there. And then, to be fair to Konate, he's turned around, looked at Van Dijk and put his hands out like, what you doing? Kirkes is a wing-back. He's not a full-back. He's a wing-back. And Slot's asking him to be an inverted full-back. He's not Trent on the left-hand side. He hasn't got the pass of Trent. He ain't got the football brain of Trent to play that position. But we're also asking the right-back to do the same thing. So what are we doing? We've got no width. We've got the slowest wingers in world football, in Gakpo and Salah. There's no pace there. He's also asked Gravenberch and McAllister to move up 5 yards, which then we get caught out with one ball through the middle. There's no one there in front of the defence. Like, we can all say that defensively we're poor and like Konate's been this, Van Dijk's been that, the fullbacks have been this. They've got no protection. It's one ball, and Van Dijk's looking at someone running at him.
Like, do you know what we used to say, Rick? Right? Do you know? Remember, like over the years, with let's say for instance, Klopp's best of teams. Like, I always used to feel, because I want to bring this up because you just mentioned it there about protection of the back line. But I think, right, it feels like every chance that they get now goes in. You know, like years ago with Klopp, it was like forward lines were shitting themselves. They knew they were going to miss beforehand because they had the centre half. Well, both centre halves would tend to be good all the time, didn't they? Under Klopp, Matip and Van Dijk were spot on. Gomez was a lot better as well. And then you had the fucking goalkeeper. So, you know, for instance, look at the way Van Dijk defended Sissoko for Spurs. He pushed him onto his weak foot and shit like that. But I just think now, Rick, teams have got confidence going at Liverpool, haven't they?
Yeah, and the biggest issue with that as well is I didn't know we signed Isak to be a number 6.
Yeah.
Why is he coming so deep to get the ball? Look what happened when Konate put in clean through on goal. I know he should have scored. I'm fully fit, fully confident Isak buries that. But look at that one chance he had when you put the ball in behind. He beat the defender. So why are we asking him to come to Gravenberch's position to pick the ball up? And then you've got no outlet because Mo Salah's not interested. Let's be honest. Mo Salah does not care. I'm not asked. He's got what he wanted. He's now just riding it out. But going back to the defensive things, last season, there's a difference between last season and this season with McAllister and Gravenberch. They're not playing the same double pivot. It's not that no more. It's yeah. So like we're asking Konate and Van Dijk to come out with the ball, and then that ball should be going to Gravenberch and McAllister, who then picks Wirtz up, who's further up the pitch. But it's not. We're asking Konate to move up with the ball, who's not a good passer in my opinion, and we're asking him to do something he can't do, and then we get countered, and when we get countered, it's just Van Dijk and Konate standing there waiting for the onslaught to come out.
Dangerous football, mate. You know. I'm going to say something like, because I know Aston was talking about it on Born and Red, but Liverpool have to take major risk, Ross, just to get a chance, and that comes at a big cost for them, doesn't it? Because they could be turned over like that, and I think it sets out now for opposition teams. I don't think it's hard to play against Liverpool at the minute, Ross, is it? You know, all they have to do is let Liverpool get the ball off the goalkeeper. They can set their shape and then let Liverpool try and go through with the passes. And they know they haven't got it at the minute. But I also want to just say, it goes from bad to worse. The fucking plane's got an issue. So now the fucking press conference is cancelled. So things go from bad to fucking worse.
Is it actually? Because I was trying to find that on Twitter.
Yeah. They've fucking club. They said technical difficulties on the plane.
It's probably not a bad thing. Who the fuck wants to listen to Slot tonight anyway?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, lad, you'll be surprised because, you know, when you go through a rough patch, nitpicking happens, doesn't it? You know, when the spotlight comes on. Hence why people are talking about him being on holiday. I don't agree with the 2 weeks holiday, but last year people wouldn't have picked up on it because they're fucking winning the games. But Ross, I want you to answer this question with your answer about the United game. So Marty's saying, can someone tell me the 2 things? Who/where the creativity is meant to come from? And 2, why is Isak being asked to drop deep to allow Maka to run in behind, Ross?
So the answer to the first question, where's the creativity? It was from the guy on the bench who we signed for 116 million. So, do you know what I mean? Like, you're leaving one of the most, like, creative, like, that player that's got the spark to make things happen. We've seen in the second half when he comes on, the little touches, the little, like, laying it into people. And then he's on the bench. It makes no sense. You know, we lost Trent's creativity, and I thought we bought Wirtz to replace that higher up the pitch, but I don't know what Slot's doing, if I'm honest. You can't leave a player of that caliber on a bench, especially against our biggest rivals. Do you know what I mean? And you're playing teams that are going to be compact. Who's the one player that you'll want to play in a compact game? It's Wirtz. Wirtz will be able to find those players. So, yeah, the lad sat on the bench for most of the game. Ridiculous, if I'm honest. In terms of the answer to the second question, obviously I was sitting in Kenny watching it and watching Isak drop deep when Maka's on the back line. I was thinking, a Slot fucking got this like mixed up or something. Has he got him confused? Because why is Isak dropping deep to come and pick up the ball? That's the last player. Yeah, no, honestly, I don't.
Man marking fucking Luke Shaw at one point, lads. Like,
it's baffling. I genuinely just didn't get it. I've been to Anfield many, many, many times. I've seen us lose a couple of times, but that game for me, normally when I come out the game and it's like a bad result, it is what it is. I came out of that game, I drove 4 hours home and I was fuming the entire way home. Absolutely livid with it. It's not acceptable. But yeah, I don't know. Something needs a change, and it needs a change quick, because if this goes on, fuck knows what happens.
Mo, it's Welsh Mo. You know, you'll understand the drive, Mo. Do you know what I mean? Certainly after that. Mo, look, I can deal with defeats, to be honest, lads, but I can't deal with no player turning up. The only one who really turns up was the fucking Ekatike's, which I thought two of the better players when he came on. And also Curtis Jones, lads, because at the end of the game, he's the only one looking around on the pitch fucking devastated. You know what I mean? And I think, look, the manager, mate, you know, he's got to get hold of a few of these players, and he's also got to fucking look at himself, mate. You know, he's had a few tough days, hasn't he? You know, there's been a lot of spotlights on him. Got fucking torn apart in the media, rightfully so. He's having a bad time, Mo, and you know, ultimately, I think if it carries on, you know, people could say he's got credits in the bank. Of course he has, and I want him to turn it around, but people won't just watch shite performances week after week. Let's be honest, Mo, they've not been good since the Spurs game. Yeah. That's the truth, isn't it?
And disclaimer, like, I think Scott can turn it around, and I hope he does, okay, before anyone takes what I'm about to say wrongly, okay?
Get him out!
But you're right. The warning signs were not at the start of the season. The warning signs was after Spurs. Like, number one, would you see Pep Guardiola send his team on holiday once they win a league during a season? Like, you mean?
No.
You know, that mentality for Pep he went on win four in a row. He was like, no, we're going to keep winning, and we're going to keep winning. Okay. Slot sent them on holiday and go have a laugh. Resulted in the last 4 or 5 games. We lost quite a few, didn't we? I remember the Brighton game stick out for some reason, but we were shit. But we didn't pick up as far many points as we should have. Like, you know, we could have hit 96-point season, to be honest, but we let ourselves down.
The game after Spurs a drop off, but you know, there should have been players there that weren't fucking featuring, that should have been going out there trying to do a bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So the downfall, you could say, started a few games after Spurs, you know, and I wanted it to be fixed, but it doesn't look like it's been fixed. And Slot for me is in trouble, because last year he was never tested like this. He never came across like we had it easy. We had it on easy street. We didn't even have a test from our challenges, like, you know, it was quite easy. And like you said, when we're winning and when everything's good, great. We don't notice these things. When give us 3-4 losses now, yeah. Shame has been in a row. What I'm starting to notice is he's throwing a lot more players under the bus rather than admitting his tactics are wrong.
Brendan style, isn't it?
Yeah, he's becoming a lot spikier in interviews, saying, "Oh, I did this, I did that, we did this, we did that," and then moaning about low blocks. And like Mo says, we've played low block teams like 90% of the time throughout Liverpool's career. Like, I mean, so it's not excuses, but he seems a bit eggy and a bit spiky is probably the best word to use. And because he's probably feeling the pressure, because he's never had this before. And we don't know what manager is like to react like this. I remember people have seen the Klopp interview, of course. He said, when you lose, you learn from that. And, you know, and I don't think Slot's learned from it. He's not learning from his defeats. And that's the biggest worry. He's not learning from his defeats. Like, he's got a massive 4 games ahead of us. And like I said, he's not immune to criticism. And FSG, they're a business at the end of the day. If you've made a massive investment and you want to see return on your investment, if the guy leading the ship ain't doing a job, then he's going to go. So he's not, you know, he hasn't got credit in the bank that people think. You've got to think of it from a business perspective at FSG. Will they give him to the end of the season and you know, finish 12th? Will they accept that? You know, a prime example is Postecoglou lost his job. Yeah, everyone remembers him for finishing 17th. They don't remember him for fucking winning the Europa today. Like, do you mean? And that's what his argument was. And that's, you know, Slot's going to be remembered for finishing 12th and not winning the league if he's not careful. Yeah,
look, it's very tough. And, you know, Scouse Mo, you know, Dicko's here saying Celtic lost 2-0 to Dundee at the weekend. Don't read Roger's comments, it sounds like Slot. See, that's the thing, Mo. Like, this is, you know, we were having a discussion off here. Let me just bring it up. And, you know, the worst possible thing could have been after United defeat was a fucking Man United fan interviewing our fucking Lord and Saviour fucking Jurgen Klopp. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking the king of the cop. But ultimately, you know, it could have put a bit of fucking fire in Slot, to be honest, because he kept saying, he mentioned about it sounded Michael Edwards. He had kept in contact with Richard Hughes and stuff like that, you know, and ultimately speaking, you know, you can't take the job for granted, do you know what I mean? And I think he has took his foot off the gas a bit more, I will be honest about it. And I want him to turn it all around. I think he's a top quality, classy guy. You know, the Dutch can have a bit of arrogance. Maybe that's where this is coming into it. I'm not going to change my way. We just went up against the most arrogant manager in the league, who's just pulled his fucking undies down, do you know what I mean? In Ruben Amorim. But I do think when you've got the likes of the fans in the crowd singing Hugo Ekitike to come on the pitch, who by all means was one of the only few songs that came out so early in the season, that's not a good sign, lads. That shows you he's making mistakes and people aren't happy. You were at the game, the groans were starting, do you know what I mean, in the crowd. And you know, at the end of the day, he's got a fucking big problem on his hands if he doesn't sort it out. And I think going into tomorrow's game, he probably would have liked to have made the changes tomorrow, but he's got to play them all again, the big dogs, hasn't he?
Does he have to play all the big dogs tomorrow?
he's got to win, lads. He can't.
I know.
Right, let's be honest. Question for you then: if he loses tomorrow, can you see Liverpool going to Brentford away in the night game on Saturday and winning?
So this is the thing, and I think I've said it to you already. Frankfurt are a goal-scoring machine. We leak goals for fun. Brentford are set-piece specialists. That's like our biggest Achilles heel. Like that's our biggest weakness. Yeah. Then you've got Crystal Palace, who's just always seem to bully us. And then you've got Villa, who've won the last 5 in a row. And then you've got Real Madrid. And then you've got City. That's our next 6. So it's not looking good. But on the flip side, if we somehow get out of the next 6 games and we get a couple of wins, maybe a draw against City away, like I'm just being optimistic here. Maybe if we to lose one game, maybe I don't care about Crystal Palace in the cup. I'll be so honest. Like I don't mind losing that. But as long as we don't lose in the Champions League and the Prem, and we win all of them except for City, maybe take a draw, then that maybe gives them a little bit of a buffer. Do you know what I mean? Because after the international break, we've got a very favourable run. We've got a nice little run of games. We've got Nottingham Forest, we've got PSV, we've got West Ham, we've got Wolves, and then that even leads on to like December and Christmas. We've got a much more favourable run. I think the next 6 games are imperative that he gets it right. Going back to your question, does he have to play the big dogs? Some of those big dogs are including McAllister. And for me, I'm not playing them. Simple as. I'm just not playing him because playing him, for me, is a detriment to the team. So likewise for Mohamed Salah. If you're not scoring and you're not contributing to the game, you're not actually busting a gut running around, you're being a detriment to the team. You're not playing. So there's 2 of the big dogs automatically that I'm not playing. Gravenberch is injured. So Gravenberch is not going to be playing tomorrow. So tomorrow I want to see, and it's not going to happen because for some reason he's going to go with the same team that he picked against Chelsea that didn't work. The same team against United that didn't work. He'll probably just bring on, instead of Gravenberch, because obviously he can't play, he might bring in Curtis Jones, but it'll be basically the same team. But if I could choose the team tomorrow, Hugo Ekitike is our best player. He has to play every game. I don't care if he's playing on the left wing or he's playing on striker.
You've got to get the strikers on, haven't you?
Yeah, he has to play. Isaac, I love him to bits, he has to play. But if I had to pick between the 2, Ekitike is the one for me right now. I'll be honest.
Can I ask you a question, Mo, just off the back of this comment, because you've just mentioned the strikers. This I can't really work out myself from Gary's comment saying Isak will be a big problem.
Do you know what it is? I kind of see it. And I'll explain why.
Explain, yeah.
The 3 that we have up front, Gakpo, Isaac, Ekitike, it seems like there's no legs there. Like literally none of them want to actually run. None of them are actually trying to press. When they press, they're all pressing like individuals. Don't get me wrong. If they get the ball to feet and they're actually in on goal, there's a good chance all 3 of them can score. Do you know what I mean? But I think that going back to that Klopp interview, he said basically one thing that was like a non-negotiable for him is everyone has to run. Everyone has to bust a gut. Everyone has to defend. I seen Chiesa come on yesterday and it lifted the crowd. That crowd was so flat yesterday. Rick and Ross, you know, and Mo, you're probably there as well. The crowd was so flat. When Chiesa came on and he was just running around, and he got a couple of tackles in. Go and check the stats because I haven't checked them, but I can guarantee you in the last 20 minutes that Chiesa played, he probably got more tackles on the pitch than Gakpo, Gakpo, Isaac and Salah combined. I can guarantee you that. And just doing those small little elements.
What you've just said, Mo, just a quick one. You know, you've just said like Klopp mentioned the hard work. Yeah. Do you know if Klopp would have stayed on, do you think Mo would have got the deal?
That's probably because he gave Henderson a deal, didn't he?
So
Hendo never stopped running, did he?
Hendo never stopped running. That's true. But like, I think
you've got to work hard for Liverpool.
No, but Klopp had that sentimental factor to him. So
Can I throw a counter at that statement, Ben, quickly? Do you think? Great question, by the way. Do you think if Klopp was still here, Mo would have got the contract? Yes, I would have think yes. Do you think Mo would work like this under Klopp?
Good question. I don't think
that's a great question. Well, with the pod's changed.
Hey.
No, but it is. Oh, you know,
because I think Mo, because he's got his contract, he probably does not respect Slot enough yet, or maybe he's thinking, "Oh, I'm the main man." You know,
no, I think it's instructions. It's exactly the same as last year, because let's not get it twisted. Last year he wasn't running around and pressing, harassing players all the time. Against City away, I remember he worked very hard for the team. Very, very hard for the team, and that's win. But the way that we set up in that game, I just don't understand Slot. Everything for me goes back to Slot. Like last year, I feel like he was such a smart manager, tactically astute. Like every single game, he was chopping and changing. We played different ways for different occasions. During the game, we'll play different ways. But now it just seems like he's sticking with the same midfield, with the same way that we want to play. We want to invert our two fullbacks and make them do in the underlapping runs. And everything is just strange. And he's just like very stubborn. And I don't like this. I'm really, really concerned. But as I was going back to before, I think if we get some points over the next few games, and then we go international break, take a little break, and then come back with the favourable run that we have, we've still got a chance, lads, because it's October. Still early days.
Well, do you know what? Just before I come to you, Rick, I'm going to come to Ross, because I know, Ross, you've got to jump off, haven't you?
Yeah. Apologies, I got to jump off shortly, but yeah, I'll appreciate you guys having me on.
Before you fucking go, pressure's on your ear. What score tomorrow, lads?
Fuck.
Don't you fucking go anywhere.
Honestly, I don't know. It's so difficult. Like
You're not going until you say it.
I'm fairly positive as a fan. You know, I'm always positive, and I do think we'll win tomorrow. I said this about United, don't I? Look like a fucking idiot. So, but I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go big. I'm gonna go 3-0 Liverpool. I think we'll win big tomorrow.
Yeah, well, lads, I hope so. I'll have to go fucking 4-0 again, because these are the scores you sent the other day, lads.
if we don't win big, you can never have me back on. But don't record that.
I won't be fucking back on, lads.
But no, I think we go big. But I appreciate you lads having me on. I'm going to be tuning in now, so I'll be in the comments.
It was nice meeting you, by the way, Ross. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Take it easy, lads.
Take it easy, lads.
I'll see you after, Ross.
Take it easy.
Right, lad. Rick, you know, a lot of people, you know, agreeing with all the lads, you know, and I knew tonight would be a great panel. It's good to get a few fresh faces on. And obviously, I wanted to get your thoughts. I hadn't heard the thoughts from the game. But, Ross, Dicko's saying this. Shout out to Dicko. He's always in the comments. You know, top lad on Twitter as well. Match goer, so he knows what he's talking about. But this fucking this comment here, that just doesn't get you excited, does it? If Isak and Wade's not expected to start together, Ekatike is expected to start. This is going to start pissing more people off, Rick, isn't it?
He's digging his own grave, isn't he? So let him continue, because if he wants to be out of a job by December, just let him keep picking the same shit over and over again. He needs to change formation. We need to get rid of the wingers, because we don't have wingers. And if the wingers we do have, we don't use anyway. So in Rio, Chiesa. So we need to change formation. He needs to go diamond formation. He needs to pack that midfield up with McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai in there as the three. Or if I'm not saying them three have to play in the game, but you could do it with Jones, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. But now Gravenberch looks like he's going to be out for 2 weeks. So what would you do? Do you drop Jones into that sixth position where Gravenberch plays, and then you play McAllister and Szoboszlai a little bit in front of him, with Wirtz in front of them, and then you play Ekatike and Isak together up top? Because we can't play this 4-2-3-1 or whatever he wants to call it, because we ain't got the legs anymore to play that formation. McAllister can't run. For me, McAllister's finished.
What do you mean by that?
He picks up these silly little injuries.
They got fucking elbows in the back of the head, lads.
So he's picking up silly little injuries now. He's not fit. He can't never get match fit. He seems all right when he goes to play for Argentina. I think he's another one that looks like they can't be bothered at certain points of a game. I don't think he can play slots football. I think last season you see him get away with it a little bit because of how big the gap was in the league, and McAllister had moments for us last season, but it wouldn't shock me if McAllister's gone this summer and replaced. Because for me, he's one of the biggest issues in this Liverpool team at the minute is McAllister. 100%. What does he do? Like we say, what does Gakpo do? What does Szoboszlai do? Like I see Szoboszlai getting slated, but let's be honest, Szoboszlai puts effort in every game. Every game. Regardless of what he does, no one knows what position it is. He puts effort in. McAllister's fucking awful and gets in this team every game. He should be dropped. Curtis Jones needs to come.
I know what you mean, Rick. Would you not say when he's at it, he's the best midfielder at the club?
McAllister hasn't been on it since
before that
January, February last year. I haven't seen McAllister have a decent game.
He pulled Liverpool out the shit against Spurs and that, didn't he?
No, that Spurs. I get what you're saying, but the Spurs game was one of them where the league was more or less done. Like Tottenham was shit under Ange. They couldn't defend to save their life. But I just think you have to get Isak and Ekitike on the same pitch. You can't have one starting and one on the bench. They both have to be on. And then because he wears a gum shield, the fans love him. I mean, fucking hell, man, he's awful. How is he still at Liverpool Football Club? Like, you bring him on. What was the game we brought him on? And we looked even worse. The Chelsea game. Like, you bring him on when you're winning to keep the lead in the last 5, 10, 15 minutes. Who will break up play, mate? He can't break a breadstick roll up against Chelsea. I mean,
well, there's the end of Endo then. Good night.
Mate, he's shit, mate. Listen, we all big this team up with the players we've got, but we have got some right shitters in our team still. Endo, Gomez, Gakpo, like
look, you can class the out of form players as well. Mo Salah falls into that. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go on. Finish off. Go on.
Should never have got that contract, Mo Salah. Like,
I mean, hindsight. Don't say that because, like, when he was killing it last season, we were all like, "He has to get
46 goals and assists."
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the money he's on. He should never be given the money he's on.
Let me interrupt you. The money he's on will get covered back because they'll find.
But I'm not worried about the money being covered back and stuff like that. But
if he never signed the contract last season, I honestly think
the club would have had the fucking ground pulled down.
There would have been a riot. Genuinely, there would have been because of the season he had. But like, if this was his last season right now, and he's playing like this right now, there's no chance he's getting a contract.
Why don't we have a nasty bastard in the team?
I was going to come to this year. Do you know, against United, that's one thing that really pissed me off. Nobody wants to get stuck in. You can see the crowd is flat. Yeah, this is our biggest rivals. This might sound kind of.
That's why Jones should have started.
This might sound a little bit cynical. But I just wanted someone to just go and crunch one of their players.
Yeah, set the tempo. Set the tempo. Get the crowd going.
Some naughty challenges. Just lift the crowd, get the crowd roaring because it was so flat, it was so dead. The plays, the performances, everything was flat. Just somebody's just go flying into someone. But instead, I'm seeing Mason Mount flying into our players. I'm seeing Ahmad flying into our players.
In the first half,
I'm seeing Ahmad flying into our players. I'm seeing Fernandes flying into our players. And I start to ask myself, are these United players showing that it means more to them than us at Anfield? Yeah. That pissed me off, Like, that generally pissed me off. These players are fucking...
There was 2 points of the game where they had one player, the player on the ball, we had 3 around him. And they got out of it. Not one of them put a tackle in. We just watched him dance around with it. Just take him out. Just fucking take him on the floor.
Take him out. Maybe I'm proper old school because I grew up watching football in the early noughties, yeah. But these kind of games, I've seen Gerrard get onto the pitch and 10 seconds later get a red card. I'm not asked. Just fucking break their legs.
I walked past,
that's mad, but you know what I mean.
I walked past John Joe Shelby the other day. He was out here and I seen him the other day. And fucking, remember him against United? He got fucking sent off straight away, didn't he?
He plays out there now, doesn't he? Like,
is it? I don't know. Is he out here or is he in Turkey? Because whatever he was,
no,
doing,
he plays in Dubai. He plays in Dubai. Yeah, he's like a second division club he plays for. It was all he was talking about his like wages and all that. You know,
he was on like AstroTurf / car park. I think he took a penalty and missed.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, do you know what? I want to get your opinion on this. A question that came in. Look, everyone in the comments, appreciate it. Smash a like and subscribe. Now, I want to come to this. Adam put a comment in as well about the informed players. I'll go to that before we go through some of the lineup. But John's saying here, I agree with almost all of this, but I understand it can be seen as an excuse. They lost one of their best mates. Grief affects people in different ways and at different times. Do you think this is still playing a part with some of the players, Mo? Because I don't know. I don't think that can be an excuse against Man United. That should be the game to ignite things. Do you know what I mean?
Big up to John, by the way, one of my boys, so I know him really well. I don't think we could use it as an excuse, but I also think we can understand it, you know? And there's no surprise that the senior players, for me, in the team are the ones who are not performing. And it feels like they're the ones who've been the most affected by Jota not being around. Yeah. And I know it's been a lot of talk as well in online at the moment. And this is no disrespect to Jota at all, rest in peace. But something about his song I've read about, every 20 minutes we sing a song and it reminds players, and maybe we need to stop doing that now, and maybe we need to start supporting the teams because they're playing a game of football and suddenly they have to remember their, you know,
it like slows down the game when the song comes
100%. And like I know what the fans are trying to do, and it's a tribute, great, but maybe we need to start thinking about not doing that. But like, grief does affect people at any different points, and we need to understand that, But on the flip side to that, and I know my mate John's going to message me later saying, "Yeah, you're a prick." It didn't affect us the first 5 games of the season when we were winning games. We weren't saying that, were we? So, like, I don't want to use that as an excuse, but because other fans will not understand that, even though we would understand it, and we will say, yeah, it is a reason, like, but rival fans won't understand that. So I'm not going to put it out there, I just think community, the Liverpool fan base we understand it. We understand that grief does affect it, and we understand that most of these players are probably still, being affected by that. But they've shown that they can still win games. They've shown us they can put runs of wins together. Something's gone wrong, and I generally think the next 3 or 4 games we will generally find out if the players still play for Slot or not. And that's come to my mind after what you said, Mo. You said these players fought for Amorim, wanted to play for Amorim, it meant more for him. And I was thinking, do you know what? Have the players not down tools, but have the players lost faith in Slot a little bit here? And I think
they've always been soft, Mo. I'll be honest with you. I think they've always been nice players.
Yeah, nice.
Since the old school midfield with Henderson, Fabinho, and Gini Milner, hasn't it?
They're all very nice players. I hate nice players.
Jordan Brian Henderson's going to run rings around us on this weekend. He really is. He's going to dominate that midfield against us.
It's just going to cause fucking carnage for the manager if this doesn't go well. Do you know what, Mo? Come to you. Gary's here saying 1. We'll start going into a bit of the lineup then, right? Gary's saying 1 would pack the midfield. And I want to bring the question that Adam put into you. This, shout out to everyone with all the questions. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe as well, and obviously follow all the boys here because I'll be putting all. And after the show, I'll put the details of the bio. But where is it? I can't find it. Fuck it. Adam said, "Who would you say then, Mo, is the inform 11?"
I don't think I can pick 11 players in form.
Oh, do you want to do the out of form 11?
All of them. I mean, that's almost impossible to answer because hardly any of them are in form. I'd say Ekitike's in form. I'd say Ekitike's in form. I'd say.
Would you say this is the perfect night for the manager? Because for instance, in the game against Man United, he brought Ekitike and Waiton in the second half. I took out. Isak off about 8 minutes later. And I think that's piss poor. For me, I don't think you take Isak off. You don't. No. He's got to be on that pitch. Or remember what we used to say with Nunes, like when he was on the pitch, defences would automatically hold back. They wouldn't, go too forward up because he caused problems. And Isak would have made them, think twice of certain decisions, because he's so reactionary in the box. Do you know what I mean? I think this game, though, Mo, is the perfect time for him to get Isak, Wirtz, Ekatike, and fucking Chiesa on the pitch at once and let it start working.
Yeah, what I completely 100,000,000% agree with you, and that's what I would go with tomorrow. Just play Ekatike, Wirtz, Isaac, and put Chiesa on the right wing, which he's probably not going to do. He's play Salah, but it is what it is.
I just play Salah.
Yeah, as long as those three are on the pitch at the same time, Ekatike, Isaac, there we go, 11 Ekatikes, Tibu Carragher's. So if we've got those three on the pitch, I'm happy because I think that's the future of Liverpool. I think that's the future of this season. Them three on the pitch at the same time, 3 very, very good players in that triangle that's just going to create so much havoc. But like, I think, it's a mad one because against United, I feel like luck wasn't on our side as well at the same time.
We've been unlucky in front of goal.
Been very unlucky in front of goal. We hit the post 3 times. Isaac, you expected him to score that goal. You bought him for 125 million to score those goals, take those chances. And then Salah, 9 out of 10 times, he probably puts that into the back of the net. But for some reason this season, it's impossible for him to score those chances because he had a few against Chelsea as well. So 5 clear cut chances. Oh my God, how could I forget Gakpo's header as well? So that's 6 chances.
That was unforgivable for me. That was
unforgivable. So that's 6 opportunities whereby we could have scored. So part of me is thinking maybe when luck's on our side, maybe we can get back on a little bit of a roll. That's why I've got a little bit of optimism. I think maybe I've got more optimism than a lot of fans because I think a lot of fans are just like over and done with. And like, you know how reactionary in the social media era it is. And everyone's just like, Slot out, get him out right now. He's not the guy for us. But I'm kind of thinking, it's been awful. It's been bleak. It's been disgusting to watch all season. But if we turn it around, I trust the quality of these players to hopefully pick it up. But like, I think I seen a comment from Adam before, and I mentioned it yesterday in our podcast. And the lad I was sitting next to called Dave, I go to a lot of matches with him. We just noticed how many times we didn't win the second ball. And it's mad because Carragher mentioned it. Carragher mentioned it on Monday Night Football, and I was thinking, bloody hell, I am a football genius. I know a little something.
There's no one there,
but there's no one there. There's literally, but it wasn't just against United. It's been all season, lads. If you go and check that Crystal Palace game, it was the same. But then I was watching Arsenal-Fulham, which was one of the most boring watches of all time. But Fulham kept on going direct. They kept on going long. And every time they went long, who's winning the first ball? An Arsenal player. Who's winning the second ball? An Arsenal player. Yeah. Every single time, without fail. And we don't even win one. You're not going to win a league like that, lads. You're just not. But it's the midfield. My biggest concern, and I think I've been preaching this for weeks now, from the beginning of the season, I've probably been preaching this. That midfield, mate, it just makes no sense to me. I feel like we don't have a midfield anymore, and it's really sad to see.
Yeah, Rick, Adam's put a comment here. Has Gakpo kept his place after Sunday for you?
No. If we had enough decent backups, I'd be leaving him at home. But for me, he's not in the starting 11 that I'd pick after.
He'll get picked though because he's one of Slot's favourites. So
he'll probably get picked in the slot team, but in my team he won't get picked. But
yeah, I'm saying
it'd be picked in the slot team.
In his team.
Yeah, mate. Like it's just he still can't do a reverse pass out to Kirkers, but then again, Kirkers can't bomb forward because Van Dijk's too busy. Don't know what Van Dijk's doing. Like he don't even, I don't know. He gets the ball, wants to launch it to Salah all the time at the minute, Van Dijk. So it's I like Slot. I think he's the way he talks about football. Obviously, before this slump that we're having now, he was very clean spoken, knew what he was talking about. But now he seems like he's panicking a little bit in these press conferences. And if I'm going to be honest, I don't see him turning this round. Like you said, there's been noises that there's a few players not happy at the minute. I don't think Edwards is ruthless as well as he's cold as well. So it could get to a stage we lose tomorrow, we lose to Brentford. The City game could be the final now in his coffin if we don't get a result there. We've spent a lot of money in the summer. These FSG and the boys, Hughes and Edwards, will not tolerate being out of a title race by December after what we've spent. And I can see them. Who knows? You might have people now at the club maybe doing a few phone calls behind closed doors, secretly seeing who's about, who's willing to move in a manager role, and that could make the decision come sooner than later. But yeah, I don't see him turn up because I don't think he'll get out of his stubborn ways. It needs a formation change. We can all see it needs a formation change, but he won't do it because he's too stubborn. You need to get your best players on the pitch, regardless of some of them not being informed. You need to get them informed by playing all the best together. You need Wirtz, you need Isak, you need Ekitike.
That's what'll cause him shit if he doesn't play the players that have been brought. And do you know what I think is a big problem, right? Which will be a problem for him with certain members of the staff at the club and FSG. Two of the biggest data-driven signings were Ekitike and Wirtz. And if they keep seeing them on the bench, that'll piss them off because they've been brought in for the afterlife of the likes of fucking Salah. Do you know what I mean? They are the future of Liverpool. You know, them three in particular. Yeah. They could be viewed as the fucking main three eventually. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Where TK and Isak together at some fucking one behind two. Do you know what I mean? And if they're not gelling, then he's only got himself to blame. And that'll be a conversation that if it did properly at the fan forum. That's the first thing they'd say to him. Why the fuck haven't you been playing them?
Yeah, 100%. They've spent a lot of money on these players, data driven as well. But quickly going back to the slots coffin, it could come sooner than the City game because if Real Madrid come to Anfield and absolutely batter us, and if Trent absolutely destroys us as well with an assist, that crowd will be toxic, mate. I'm telling you, if Trent comes to Anfield with Madrid and slaps us, that could be a game over for Slot. But yeah, like we've spent big money on Isak, we've spent big money on Ekitike, Wirtz, and I'm seeing Jess saying that Isak and Wirtz might not be even on the pitch. You need a win, mate. What are you doing?
Look, I can't disagree with you. Ultimately, look, we have sentimentality at times, but ultimately, Welsh Mo, it's fucking, it's a business. It's a winning business, you know. Wins. Look, the thing that can't happen tomorrow is you can't lose. Liverpool cannot lose tomorrow because I personally believe heads will be fucked if we lose tomorrow. Going into another. Like, this is basically a similar week to the fucking Galatasaray one. You know, away to Turkey, back up to London, although we're going to Germany this time and then up to London. That's a tough away game on the weekend, make no mistake about it. And to be honest, 2 away night games is probably the worst type of game. We could have done with a fucking home game coming up, you know what I mean? But I just want to go to this, you know, I want to talk about it, you know, because Semenyo, for instance, has been brought up today by Douglas, MSI Douglas, what's his name, Mark Douglas. But Gary said, interesting that we didn't sign another left winger to not interrupt Rio's development, and the latter has had the kick apart from a half against West Ham. Question to you from me is: Do you think they didn't buy a left winger because Bournemouth couldn't fucking sell Semenyo in the summer because they'd sold quite a lot of players? And do you also think Rio should be looking to get a game tomorrow?
I think they dropped the bollock on a left wing situation. They're using Rio as the development excuse for not getting over the player that they really wanted, whether that's Semenyo or whoever it was. I genuinely think they dropped the bollock on the left wing side. And they realised, oh shit, we can't get the player we want until next season or even January. We'll push Rio up and and peddle that in the press. That's what I genuinely think. It's a season-defying season. It's a career-defying next 3 games for Slot.
Massive.
It really is, and we can't lose tomorrow. I don't think we'll lose. I think we're going to get a draw. I think it's going to be a Desmond 2-2.
Something to build upon at least, Mo, isn't it?
Yeah. The positives you take from that is you stop the rot. Hopefully. Yeah. Correct. If we then go and lose to Brentford, then the rot's back on, like, you know, it only gives you a respite for a few days. If we lose tomorrow, I think we're going to lose on Saturday as well. Simple.
I'm like you, Mo. I think the Reds will drop. While you're on your discussion, Mo, give me your 11. Give me your 11.
But I think my 11, what I would do.
Yeah, what would you do? You're the manager now for 5 minutes.
I do what Ricky said. I've been championing a 4-4-2. That's when he said diamond, I was like, yeah, someone else likes, thinks like me, I've been championing
number 9s. You've got to get them on the pitch together.
And the only way you could do it for me is 4-4-2 diamond. Yes, Mo loses a spot, but would any of you mind if Mo gets dropped this game? Mo needs to be taken out the firing line for his own sake as well.
And he also needs to realise he's not Mr. fucking Liverpool as well, Mo.
Exactly. 4-4-2 diamond is the way forward. With the players we've got available now, is Grav injured, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mama in goals. By the way, Ali would have saved that first shot from Mbumo. 100%. Okay, I'm just saying that. So Mama in goals. I want to see Frimpong start this game.
Get them going backwards there, team.
Yeah, because he should know Germany football. He knows how this Frankfurt side should play. So get players knows that, know Germany, know those pitches, Frimpong, Ibu, Verge, Robbo. I think Kirkers needs to be taken out the firing line as well.
Just to reduce the heat on him a bit more, isn't it?
Exactly. Not because of what he's done, because I think he's been thrown under the bus. I genuinely think so. He's been set up to fail. He's not an inverter. He's not a Trent on the left, like you said. No. He's a marauding wing back, the 4-4-2 diamond allows these two wing backs to maraud up and down. That's where the width comes from. That's where we're swinging in things. But it also offers protection. So I'll play Jones. Well, actually, I'll play Maka at the base because Maka going forward at the moment is just dog shit. I'll play Maka, Jones, Dom, Wirtz. And that diamond then should offer a bit of stability. It can go flat 5 if need be. Okay. And then you've got Wirtz, Jones supporting, creating, wing backs going up and down. And then you've got the 2 gunmen up top. And you just got to feed them balls. Get balls in the boxes, feed them. And we'll bang them. And that's what I would do. Just give me one. I had not an argument on Twitter. I said 4-4-2 diamond, and someone's going, "Oh, you're crazy." I was like, "Mate, after 60 minutes against Man United, we went 4-2-4.
That's fucking more crazy. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? So why is going 4-4-2 diamond for one game? Is it gonna hurt anyone? I reckon that's what I would do to answer your question. I go 4-4-2 diamond, and that would be my team.
Gary's saying here, Scouts, Mamadashvili, Bradley, Kanate, Gomez, Robertson, Jones, Dom, Rio, Ekatike.
Nah, Bradley needs out, man. I'm sorry. Bradley's not.
Has he not got Van Dijk in his team?
No.
Yeah.
This, do you know what? Just on particular Van Dijk, this is why January is very important for Liverpool. And I do think you're going to see a slightly different outlook at Liverpool. I think they're going to start spending money to get themselves out of the shit nowadays. I can see it. We'll have also got bigger incomes, you know what I mean, revenue. And this is why the manager, sorry to bring it back up, this is why he's got to be careful, because if we look like we're dropping out to top 4, they'll fucking kick off, because if we don't get top 4, the money will just go drop down again. And they've speculated to accumulate big time this year, do you know what I mean? And they will expect. I know people will say transition, but fucking hell, it doesn't matter. If you spend 450 million with the player calibre we bought, with already what we've got, they'll be expecting some sort of success along the lines, Mo. But what would your team be?
I'm sold with what Mo mentioned, to be honest. The Robertson one, he's been awful this season. He's been shocking. Every time he's been on the pitch, he's stank up the gaff. So
yeah,
just both of them just shite. I'll be honest with you, Kirkers and Robertson. So I'm not really asked about either. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with what Welsh Mo mentioned there. I think McAllister in the base, where he doesn't have to run around too much and he can just pick up the ball from the defense and try and string the passes, because that's what he does. And that's the McAllister that we've known over the last couple of years to dictate the play, not the one who's going to be all the way up forwards in the attacking midfield role, pressing onto the centre backs and trying to create like little angles and stuff. No, play on the base, and then that might work for us. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy with going with that, and I think that's how that diamond formation, or if it's not a diamond formation, a variation of something to do, something like that will happen when Salah goes to AFCON, most definitely. But for tomorrow, I don't think Salah should play. And if Salah's not playing, I'll either go with that. And if I'm not going with that, then I'll go back to that 4-3-3, but I'll play Chiesa on the right wing. Yeah. I'll bring in Chiesa for myself. That's what I would do. But is it going to happen? No. It's going to be McAllister in midfield. It's going to be Wirtz on the bench, as Paul Joyce already mentioned, and Isaac on the bench. So that means to me it's Gakpo, Ekitike, Salah up front. It means that it's McAllister, Szoboszlai and probably Jones in the field. This is what he's going to do, and he's going to continue to play Bradley. I think they've given up on Frimpong being a right back, by the way. Don't think they think Frimpong's a right back.
Well, then
They
fucking
think
you want to
it's a
give
right
up
wing.
Bradley then. He's fucking
Yeah.
shit as well, do you know what I mean?
I think they've completely given up with Frimpong as a right back. They consider him as like an attacking, like a right winger. They don't
Right
consider
winger.
him as a right back no more. He finished that game yesterday, and granted, okay, he was chopping and changing in the middle of the match, but he finished that match in the front three, and Szoboszlai was playing right back again. And I said this a couple of weeks ago after Galatasaray, I was bamboozled, like I was confused, and it happened again. But maybe it's more understandable. But I don't think they see him as a right back anymore, man. And man, it's just. Actually, the one I don't get yet, it's so annoying because we went and spent 450 mil. We went and bought the second best striker in the world, or third best striker in the world.
Yeah, with Harry Kane and Haaland.
Yeah, with Harry Kane and Haaland, but definitely the second best in the Prem. Yeah. And we went and bought Veerts, who everybody in the whole world rated very highly, and then we've become this crap. Like, how is this possible? Like, the one player that I thought was going to fail was Ekitike, because I thought, he's going to remind me of like Nunes. He's going to be awful. He's going to miss so many chances. I don't want him. And he turns out to be our best player. Like, maybe we shouldn't buy players. Maybe Liverpool shouldn't spend money. Like, maybe we should just stick to like unearthing little talents.
Well, I said on one of Grizz's stream, sorry to Ben to interrupt.
Go on.
I said, and I got eyebrows raised. I said I thought we bought the wrong profile players, and I'm going to stick to that, like, you know. But only the season will tell me.
Just to jump in on this one, which players do you mean wrong profile?
I think both full-backs are wrong.
100%.
And I think we should have concentrated. 2 years ago, we tried to sign Caicedo. We failed with Caicedo. We tried to sign Lavia.
They've gone away from that idea, haven't they?
Because
that's my point. We've gone away from having those like a destroyer, like a bully, like we've all wanted, like, and now we've totally gone away with that because apparently we unearthed Grav as a 6. Grav's not a 6, man. He can play
Grav
there.
Is. No, I think Grav is a 6, and I think Grav can do a very, very good job there. But my problem with Grav,
he needs another one.
That's what I was saying, Ben, a couple of weeks ago on Grizz's Anfield Index, and I feel like everyone just like looked at me like I was a madman. I said the guy can't pass a ball.
Yeah,
he can't. He's not a ball passer. He's a ball carrier. He will do the little Gravenberch turn, and it might work for him. And this
is why I can't get my head around why they just walked away this year from the Zubimendi deal, because they needed the tempo.
I was just about to say, oh my God, we missed out on Zubi so much because he would have been.
I'll tell you what, he looks really good for us.
He does, lad. He's fucking scoring goals as well, isn't he?
Not just that,
the way he plays.
Zubimendi is very good at playing between the lines, and that's what we missed.
Mate, I'm telling you, when I was watching that Fulham game, and everything's gone through him. Everything has gone through him.
Everything.
And if we had someone like that, it would make a huge difference.
And this is going back to my point, player profile. I think the wing backs were wrong profiles because I think we should have concentrated on an extra midfielder like a Wharton and a destroyer DM. And other type of profile wing backs that's going to do the job that you want, more defense minded.
Then that controller in midfield should be McAllister for us.
Can I just jump in on this as well? Can I just post something to you? Do you know where he done a fucking interview recently? I think it was with TNT or something. And he talked about the players they bought in, because obviously that's the talk of the town, and they fucking Liverpool spending money. He then said, Isak was viewed as the main number 9. He said, obviously, he mentioned the Jota incident. Oh, God bless his soul, and fucking. He then said Ekitike. So which kind of makes you think the plan may not have always been to buy 2 number 9s.
Yeah.
But then probably when they've looked at the striker market, right? Ekitike and Isak, for me, I think we've bought the best 2 strikers available 100%. In the market, right? And I think when they've looked at I think Isak's always been the top target, and I think they've obviously they knew they could get the Ekitike deal. They had to get that moving, didn't they? Because like the Diaz thing with Spurs that time, they knew they couldn't fucking wait around. They also still had to fulfill their side of the bargaining thing with Isak, for instance. Because I genuinely think, for instance, if the Jota situation didn't happen, I think you may have seen Liverpool be a bit more like, to Newcastle, we're going to fucking wait here if you don't fucking come down a notch. So they've had no choice but to eventually pay for it, which may have changed the landscape of the transfer window or not, because I do believe they did want a top centre midfielder, because they've proved that over a few years. They've tried the Tchouaménis, the Caicedos, and I think that ideally that probably was in the plan this year, but unfortunately we had a terrible tragedy that's fucking happened, and they've had to go big on 2 strikers. Now, with the, for instance, when you're looking at the Ekitike signing, I reckon Liverpool probably would have liked to have paid a lot less for both of them. Do you know what I mean? There's no two ways around it. And Liverpool probably thought, when they're comparing some of the strikers, they had no choice but to go big for fucking Ekitike because all the other shit was as nearly as big anyway. Do you know what I mean? So, I think they've been a bit unlucky in that aspect. In the summer, they've had to have a contingency plan in place, haven't they, if something fucking happens.
But do you know what, Ben? I was going to say, do you see I feel like right now is the perfect opportunity to just put Isaac on the bench. Hear me out on this. Do you see the way he's putting Wirtz on the bench? It makes no sense to us. He could put Isaac on the bench for the meantime and use the excuse of he's not match fit yet. And he's getting up to match.
But he's fucked himself in that press
conference.
That's what I was going to come to. That's what I was going to come to. Like, you see Ekitike, he's by far our most informed player, and he should be starting as our striker. So you start Ekitike, maybe the long-term plan is maybe Ekitike is the second striker to Isaac. But as of right now, you can see Isaac's clearly not 100% at the races. Just put him on the bench, protect him and say, oh, he's not 100% fit. Yeah, he doesn't have the match fitness. You play Ekitike and you gradually bring Isaac into form. We don't want to see, right now, he's taken away that option because he said, oh, after the international break, he's 100% fit now. You can judge him now. Which he's just I feel like he's thrown him under the bus because you can see Isaac's not 100% ready. In my opinion, he doesn't look 100% ready. And if this is 100% Isaac and we're supposed to judge him right now, is my £125 million striker meant to take 10 touches of the ball a game? Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing? Because you told me to say, he told me that you can judge him now. He's 100% fit. So if I'm judging him off that United game, is that what we're judging?
His comments are shite because he's telling people to judge him now, but then not giving him the ball. So people are judging him now on that shit.
Honestly, I'm getting pissed off about his press conferences.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's spiky and he's throwing too many people.
It's just like a wall job, isn't it?
He didn't need to say it. He didn't need to come out and say he's 100% fit now. You could judge him. Don't even say that. Just say, yeah, I believe he's ready. I think
that's putting more pressure on Isaac. That's putting more pressure on Isaac.
Don't say you
could. He's done that with Wirtz, and he's done that with fucking Kirkes as well.
But I've just got a problem with him saying you can judge him now because that's what people are going to do if he doesn't score. You're going to judge him. I don't get it.
It's probably Brendan Slot, isn't it?
It is.
Well, that's what Callum's saying here, and it's hard to disagree. Of course, we all want to disagree with that comment, and it's a good comment because the comments are very similar to what he was saying, but and it's shit to even be fucking talking like this. Do you know what I mean? We shouldn't be talking like this, but unfortunately, you've got to call it for what it is, and that's what's good about the Liverpool fan base. I think the ones who fucking talk sense like us, and a lot of some of my mates on Twitter. I know you get the dickheads, of course, but we'll call it for what it is and not just fucking shadow away from it, should I say? But look, Rick, what's your team? There we go. Endo.
You gotta hit me out on it though, right?
Fucking hell. Get your fucking seatbelts on for this one, guys.
So we're going Mummer in goal. I'm going Frimpong right back, Konate, Van Dijk, and Kirkes. So I'm playing a diamond, right?
You're just keeping them going, Kirkes.
Yeah. I'm because of the formation you play, you need them who are quick and they can get up and down. So this is where it gets interesting, right? At the base, hear me out. I'm going Joe Gomez because when you
wait,
listen.
Here we go.
Only because Gravenberch is not fit. If Gravenberch was fit, he'd be playing. But I'm going Gomez because if you've got Frimpong and Kirkes bombing forward,
let him drop
in that formation. You've got Gomez there who can defend, who's quick, and you've got him in that who can play in the free with Van Dijk and Konate. And then I'm going Jones and Szoboszlai just in front of him, who have got legs, who can run around as well as obviously fucking pass the ball forward because we know Szoboszlai can pass the ball. We know Jones can pass the ball, but Jones can't hold the ball for long in this formation. He can't. You need to get rid of it. Then I'm going Wirtz in front of them at the top of the diamond, and then Isak and Ekitike. You don't spend that amount of money on two strikers and not play them both. I don't care about people look at City's bench when they had Haaland, they had Alvarez, they had Gabriel Jesus. It don't matter. Get them on the pitch. Wirtz is £160 million. It has to be on the pitch. Slot's comments are, you won't see the best of Wirtz yet. You need to play himself into form. How can he play himself into form when he's got a bib and a jumper on sitting on the bench? And And I also believe, like, as much as some of the players have left this summer, you've also got to look at the backroom staff. Did we lose 3?
Yeah.
We lost Heitinger went. Is Heitinger Slot's bowl back? The club's bowl back. Like, could be that. So we've lost Heitinger. I think there was 2 other. I'm not sure the other 2 were gone, but something's got to change, and the formation has to change because we've been found out in this formation that it's too slow. Like, there was an incident, like we said earlier, there was an incident where Kirk has had his foot on the ball, didn't know where to pass
lost
it.
my head. Oh, lost my head.
None of the players moved. You couldn't take a throw in. Every time we get a throw in, you might as well just give the other team the ball back because no one moves.
Did you see the foul he did?
Yeah, he did it 3 times in the game. How did you drop the ball once? He dropped it once. He then threw it at the ref, I think, 1 time, and then he threw it to Man United on another one. But I'd be giving it a go. Listen, Gomez will only be at the bottom of the 6 while Gravenberch is not out because he can defend. And I'll just tell him, you just stand there. Do not move. Let Jones and Szoboszlai do everything in front of you. You just stay there and let Frimpong and Kirkins move forward to create. Because if you've got 2 strikers, and you need balls in the box from wide, so they can produce the width. And I know I think Mo said that Mama should have saved the goal. I just think he got caught cold, how quick it was.
It was a fucking belter of a strike, but I think back there, to be honest.
Yeah, and I also think he was probably dazed at the lack of defending from Van Dijk and effort. I think it just put him. I think he just thought, fucking hell, you just let him clean through and put one past me. But it's going to be interesting. I think if he does, if we don't come away, I think a draw's not a positive result.
It's more positive than a defeat, isn't it?
Oh, it is, 100%. But you should be going to this place and beat them. You've got to play the players that have played in this league. Frimpong's played in the German league. Wirtz has played in the German league.
Yeah.
So they'll know what to expect in the German league. Yeah,
exactly.
But we all know what he's going to do. He's going to play. Mama's going to play the same back 4. He's going to play the same team that played Chelsea. Watch. But John Gravenberch.
Yep, 100%.
You know what? Like, I'll be honest. Like, I know people are talking about Gomez. You've just mentioned it there. I'll be honest. I think Joe Gomez now is a better fullback than a fucking centre defensive midfielder or being in the middle of the pitch. I'd fucking even pay Joe Gomez left back tomorrow, and I'm not just saying this because I just think like give Frimpong the freedom to go and get involved because out of the 2 fullbacks, all the fullbacks, Robbo, Kerkez, Bradley, and Frimpong. Frimpong is the best attacker out of all of them now. So I'd happily have Joe Gomez play. I think Joe Gomez been, in the last 2 years at left back, he's been fucking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Remember he came on against Arsenal, he was fucking one of Liverpool's best players. Not this league game, the last year's fucking game. So I'd happily get Joe involved. But the problem is, playing the same 2 centre halves is an issue. So I get it. But I think this is a bit of a mini crisis for Liverpool. I will say this, and I'm not one of them that tries to be fucking reactionary as much as you may see me kicking off on Twitter. But I mean, I'd go Mamadashvili, Joe Gomez left back, Van Dijk, Kanate, and Frimpong. And I think just from listening to about how Frankfurt have been doing, apparently they press really, really well off the ball. So I don't think Maka's the one to have in the midfield tomorrow. I would go Jones and Szoboszlai in a 2. So let them get out and fucking. I think Jones is better suited to holding back as well. Because Jones, for me, in that midfield at the minute, is the only one that wants to go to the defenders to get the ball off them. We've spoke about that to 2 modes, you know what I mean? We've had that chat before. And then I would actually go Wirtz on the left of that 3 with Ekitike behind Isak. And the reason why I do that is I just think you want Ekitike running forward with Isak, do you know what I mean? And I think Wirtz is not being stapled out to the left-hand side, but he can float, he can fucking rotate with Hugo Ekitike.
Yeah.
And I just think Mo, you mentioned it before, the lack of press. No one can tell me that Hugo Ekitike and Chiesa won't press them. Do you know what I mean? So if you've got Chiesa on the right-hand side, for instance, Ekitike on the left with Wirtz in the middle, I think that'll help Liverpool so much more. And they'll automatically, if you've got 2 players pressing the ball, the others will go and get involved. It's just part and parcel. You can't just be fucking stood there looking like a dickhead on the pitch. And I just think you'd have to start Isak for me because, you know what, I'd like to think that we could do some certain changes. Do you know what I mean? And rest a few players. But I just don't think I could, I just don't think Andy Slot can go into that game on the weekend with 5 back-to-back defeats. It doesn't matter if it's a midweek Champions League game. I just think they fucked up as well as him. Let's make no mistake about it. Them players were fucking dross on the pitch the other day. So they need to step up. If they're not good enough, fuck them off then, do you know what I mean? That's it. We're Liverpool Football Club. For me, it doesn't matter. I'm not, I was so proper attached to Jurgen Klopp as a manager. He was everything to us, weren't he? And since then, I'm like, players and manager, if it's not working, change it. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, Liverpool means more, and I love Slot. I love Liverpool more, and the same for all the players as well. They've got to fucking stand up and be counted for, because how can you turn up and fucking, not perform against Man United? So I'm made up. We've got 2 tough away games, night games as well, because the atmospheres are going to be bouncing in both of them games. I want to see this Liverpool team be tested. Show us what you're fucking made of. They've been shit houses. Yeah, they've been shit houses. Show us how good you are. If you're not good, fuck off then. Simple as that. Because they're pissing me off, do you know what I mean? And the people, I go to the match, Mo goes to the match, Rick goes to the match. Both Mo's go to the match, should I say. So let's have it then. Show us what you're fucking made of, because I know mates of mine. I was meant to go. Unfortunately, I can't make this away game. So people are paying good money to go. Do you know what I mean? Mo, you went Galatasaray. It's fucking shambles. So Liverpool can't keep playing in patches. He's got to get the better players on the pitch. And I just think that sort of team, maybe not the Joe Gomez being the better player, but I think we need to offer ourselves a bit more fucking, defensive stability. At least if there's 3 centre-halves at the back, it may fucking help us, because, let's be honest, they've been a shit show for fucking since day one, haven't they? So, you know what, I'm hoping they have to win. I'm going to say 1-0 Liverpool tomorrow, because I don't know how many chances we fucking create. Welshmo, what score?
2-2.
2-2. Mate, you could see both of the scorelines, you know what I mean? You could also see 1-0 then.
Yeah.
Well, Smo, what score?
I'll be absolutely astonished if we kept the clean sheets against these. Absolutely astonished. They score goals for fun. Although Bayern beat them 3-0 in their stadium. I'm going to go... Can I see us scoring 3? Because I think that's what it's going to take.
We're due a few goals. Let's make no mistake about it. We are due a few goals.
Yeah, the luck's going to change some way. Gakpo is going to be Gakpo so soon, isn't it?
I get it, but everything that I agree with all the teams that you've said, but I genuinely think if he doesn't play Salah tomorrow, he'll play Frimpong right wing. He won't even play Chiesa. So I'm going to go... Ben, don't be surprised, lad. I'm telling you, McAllister might play. Well, McAllister might play. McAllister will play 100%, 1,000%. He'll play.
Will play.
And if Mo doesn't play, it'll be Frimpong. It won't be Chiesa.
No.
But I'm going to go with a 3-2.
To who?
I'll leave that up to interpretation. 3-2 to us.
That's more like it. Rick, I'm ending on you before I wrap up the show. Tell me.
I want to be confident, but I'm not. So I'm going to say... I think we lose 2-1.
Damn. We can't.
I can't see us winning the game in the next 6. So
the next 6 is pivotal.
Yeah, it's the 6. Yeah, it's the 6. We got Frankfurt, Brentford. This up to the City game. I can't see it. Yeah,
we've got Villa, then Real Madrid and City away.
Can I ask a question? If the next 2 are defeats, how many defeats will it take for it to change before Real Madrid?
He's got until the international break.
So what's that? 2 more games, is it?
But then again, he can't lose 6. That's mental.
Yeah. I don't think we lose 6.
But hypothetically, let's just say hypothetically we lose against Frankfurt and we lose against Brentford. Is it time to pull a trigger there, or has he got time?
He'll have a bit more time, won't he? But I mean, he'll have more time if he starts playing the informed players. Because if it's still not working, at least he can go, you're trying things, blah, 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 the international break. I just think it's tough to say.
Can I just say, though, this might sound mad. Oh, no, I don't even want to say it because it's
go on.
But I'm more worried about playing Brentford than I am City or Real Madrid.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because they're going to be going for that high ball crosses. Yeah. Slot said the other day, we keep conceding too many crosses. That's their game, isn't it?
Low block.
Brentford will play a low block.
That's block with the Jordan Henderson hoof over the top.
This is why he needs to get the fucking team on the pitch. Tomorrow, what he's going to really go with Brentford, because he needs to get them playing together. If you're going to change it tomorrow and then change it again.
It makes no continuity. Yeah. Can I ask one more thing? Does these 4 in a row, is it worse than Klopp's 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was fans in the ground.
And we spent 500 million.
Yeah. And we had no centre-halves.
Okay, fair enough.
And I want to say by the no fans in the ground, it's like we lost a few big games. Was it Leeds who beat us first? That fucking Anfield.
Burnley at home.
Like, you use the Anfield crowd and shit to get up again. Do you know what I mean? So I can understand when you're going through a lull. There's no excuse at the minute.
No
We've
excuse.
come on.
Fair enough. I was just curious what.
Yeah.
everyone
For
thought
me,
like
there's just no excuse. You've got to be fucking.
I think
Look,
this is 10 times
the
worse.
problem is, if you're going to get beat and you play shit and you're not picking the right team, fans are going to kick off, aren't they? So
Yeah, like I said, it's a career-defining week for him. It really is.
He's got 6 games before the international break. He don't win 4 out of 6. He'll be gone in that
But you know, in a world where, say, because obviously it's very, very weird our results this season. We won our first like 6 or 7 in it, and then we've gone on to lose 4. Imagine that was like a little bit more spread out. Like, say we lost our first game of the season, but then went on a little 3-game win, and then we lost, and then 3-game win. It wouldn't be as bad. It's the fact that we've lost 4 in a row.
Because he's not seeing the fucking mistakes from the game, is he?
He's not learning from his losses.
So, question to all you boys: Do you think he's here after the international break?
Yeah.
It's a mad thing. I can't even answer that. Do you know why? I can't answer it because I'm not very used to Liverpool sacking managers. Do you know what I mean? It's been a very long time. Like before, obviously, we had Klopp for almost, it was 9 years, isn't it? And then before that was Rodgers. It took him ages until he got sacked. And then
I think he will be here purely because there's no one out there at the moment.
Yeah, look, do you know what, right? He deserves to. Look, I think he probably knew it was, with the amount of changes, he knew it was probably going to be up and down a bit, which is fair enough. You know, they had the highest of highs winning the league, then they had the lowest of lows when, you know, Jota's fucking sadly passed away. That's not an excuse, but I mean, with a lot of players coming in, he's probably give a few players a run out to try and get them rhythm and, you know, used to playing at Liverpool. But I just think, you know, you've got to give them a little bit of time. Let's be honest, right? If Liverpool are going to get... I don't want to see them just go... If let's say, for instance, he did get sacked, well, then there's only one manager for me, and it's Luis Enrique.
Yeah, same here.
That's it. Because if you were to get rid of Slot, for instance, and I don't want it to happen yet, if he carries on, he's got no choice, has it? Do you know what I mean? You can't just keep losing.
Yeah.
But with the egos we've got on our team, you've got to go to the top tier managers. Like
Iriolas
and Glasner's wouldn't do it all.
Let me ask though, Ben, if Luis Enrique was, it's crazy that we're having these conversations already, but say if Luis Enrique was to be like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. What do we do in that situation? Because I can't see anybody out there that can be a Liverpool manager. It's Klopp. I know Ben's completely against that idea, but
you know what, right? It's not that I'm
Klopp won't come back now.
It never usually works, does it?
It doesn't work, I know, but like...
But if he stepped in while you work things out...
I think Klopp only comes back in like 2, maybe 3 years. He doesn't come back now. I'm saying right now in this present time.
I won't have him back.
I know.
He left us high and dry over. You left on his deal. Nah, you're right, mate.
I don't think there's anyone out there on the market, Mo, to be answering your question.
And that's what I mean. So that's why I wouldn't get rid of him. Because
that's what I said. I said Slot will still be here after the international break because there's no one out there.
It's better than devil, you know.
He will see the season out, in my opinion, unless we lose 10 in a row.
Okay? Unless they're miles off top 4, and then they'll be like, "Well, we've got no
exactly. Then there's going to be questions to ask, like.
But he needs to get his head together and fucking switch on, because I do think he potentially switched off. It shows the slight switch off when you're going on holiday and shit like that.
These holidays need to stop. The holidays need to stop.
Yeah, like we're Liverpool Football Club. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, I know he goes home a lot, blah blah blah, and his kids are overseas. But ultimately, look, he's got the biggest job in fucking my eyes in football. Do you know what I mean?
He needs to act like that, though, isn't it? He needs to act like he's got the biggest job in football. Not going like, go to Netherlands, go see your family, but use an international break to go to Dubai where you've lost 3 in a row. And
is that normal though? Because I'm not aware. Is this normal for managers to take a 2-week break during an international break?
No,
it's not normal, is it?
No, if you were the manager and it was normal, okay, let's say, and then you lost 3 in a row,
I'd be worried though if I was Liverpool manager.
Would you still go?
I would be locked away somewhere just trying to figure it out. I would not be on holiday.
Yeah.
But that's
I understand. Look, the thing is, he can go on a break, but at least get back the week before.
Not 2 days before.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Because you've got to remember, the players, you know, I don't know whether they were in Dubai. I think Gravenberch was spotted coming from Holland to the UK. But they were only training back on the Friday. And I think when you're playing on the Sunday, 2 days is not enough. Bearing in mind, he spoke about prior to the international break, we've not trained this week and we've lost 3. Do you know what I mean?
And then goes
we don't train enough. We don't train enough.
Yeah, but you look, we are nitpicking there because, you know, that's why the injuries aren't happening as much. Do you know what I mean? It's less intense, but they're doing the training over a longer period. But look, we'll wrap it up because I'm sure everyone's got shit to do. And big
We
game
probably
tomorrow.
got so much more to talk about, so we can talk for probably hours and hours.
Yeah, I'm coming off more angry. I wanted
I know.
therapy. I'm coming off more angry, like.
I think we'll be angry until we see like a couple of wins. Man.
Yeah, exactly. I
Genuinely.
know.
David, no one's saying Saka and Slot, by the way.
No
lads.
chance.
People are just
Yeah,
you
no.
can be
We were
concerned.
hypothetically. Yeah, it was a
Hypothetically
hypothetical
talking
conversation.
about
Yeah, I personally think he's going to get to see the end of the season unless we don't get Champions League. You know, then
You don't
then
sack
they're
him.
gonna-
Like it's ridiculous that
You
people are
want
saying
him to
sack
work it out. He's got a great
Yeah.
squad, and he's using his credit in the bank probably to tinker things and see if it works, and let's see what happens. And
But we're
he's-
not like Liverpool fans in general are not delusional to just think, oh, it's all good, we'll be all right, we'll be safe.
No, it's not
We're
good
very-
right now. It's
we
fucking
can
not.
be critical of the manager, and that's the best, that's most healthiest way to be a football fan, in my opinion. Like you see something's wrong, you call it out as a fan, get it off your chest. That's why we're.
You're gonna get beat, Mo. At least fucking get beat while you're playing all right and trying. They're getting beat and fucking playing shite. Do you know what I mean?
It's just in our nature as well, Liverpool fans. If we see something that we don't like, we call it out. And we're calling out a few things, but we're not saying get him sacked. That's mental. No chance.
No one's saying that. But
No one's
what we're
saying
saying
that.
is fucking sort it out. You know what I mean? Adam's saying this, Slot will sort it out. Of course he will.
so.
If you get the Liverpool job, you'd like to think you've got half a fucking brain. He's won the league in his first year. But now this is the season to judge him, and he will be judged on everything he
This
does.
is the litmus test now. This is the first time he's been under pressure.
And this time next week, we could be sat here and we could be talking about how brilliant was it against Frankfurt
Exactly.
and Brentford. How brilliant was it against Crystal Palace?
You fucking congratulate when you do well, and you fucking criticise
Exactly.
when
We could be saying,
there's loads of little mistakes, and people are going, "Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?"
But we could be saying, oh my God, the way he picked the team against Frankfurt and Brentford, the way he outcoached them, the Brentford set pieces and stopped X, Y, and Z, and how incredible and smart he is, because football changes like that. Honestly, so tranquilo to all these weirdos online chatting Slot out. I just don't get it.
They're stupid, but ultimately, he's got to get back to his best and fucking switch it on, because when we're on the charge as a club, we're the best fucking club. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And none of us on the stream has said slot out. None of us have.
He will, and the players will. The players are too.
Nah, I'm joking.
The players are too good for them to be continuously performing like this. It's impossible. It's impossible.
The problem that he has is if it carries on to like where it's like November, late November, December, people are going to be like, "What is going on?" And rightfully so. So now he's got the opportunity now to try and get a fucking result tomorrow. Go and beat fucking Brentford. Build upon it for the big games to come. Go and beat Villa. Go and beat Palace. And then that's the litmus test, them big two games. How the fuck are we playing them two together in a week? Do you know what I mean? But like Callum saying, I ain't Slot out. I'm just worried about City. And that's the difference. Do you know what I mean?
As I said, I'm more worried about Brentford.
What's evil over fucking here?
I don't even watching it from being around this.
But you know what? We'll wrap it up. We're going to do a show tomorrow straight after the game. See what happens. Hopefully it's a good one, because that was painful after Man United. Well, Smo, thank you very much.
No, thanks for having me again.
This week.
Yeah.
Scout Smo, give a shout out to Cuts Inside as well. I watched it. It fucking made me laugh, to be honest.
Was it all right? Yeah.
I watch him as well. They're funny, man.
Yeah. You had your fucking cap on, your Liverpool shape, ready to go, lads.
I was ready for war. Me, I was like,
Yes,
these are the moments that I love the most, supporting my team, back on my team. But yeah, lad, we recorded yesterday, and it's out on YouTube right now, Made in Talk Stuff. So if you can go and give it a little watch, give it a little like, give it a little subscribe, I'd appreciate that. And obviously, make sure you like and subscribe and Red or Alive. Ben is absolutely smashing it, bringing content on a daily basis, literally, not weekly, but daily basis. He's out there.
Nick's been subbed on now, he can fucking do it.
he's bringing out videos for you guys every week, talking sense. He's not overreactionary. He's speaking a lot of sense. So make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe, and obviously I'll be on the channel anytime Ben invites me, so I'll be here too soon.
You know what? Imagine that sometimes when I have ended the stream and it's still going, I'm going, them fucking swats. I just want to mention something, Gary, because David, he's been mentioning a few things. He said, if you're judging Slot, why not judge the players? But Gary, where the fuck's Gary come from?
Gary.
I just had fucking Gary Neville on the fucking telly, and he's fucking doing me head in. But Dave, we have been judging the players. We've been fucking saying the players that aren't playing well have done shit. So
has he watched the podcast? Because that's all we did.
I think he's joined late. We'll let him off. He's a top fella, and he always puts great comments. He was the one that put the comment on the other day.
Oh,
as I
Dave,
said,
absolute legend, mate. Honestly,
Yeah.
thank you. Thanks. That comment was the most beautiful thing ever. Thanks a lot.
spot on. As I say, we'll end it here. And look, the Reds have got a big game tomorrow. They need to win, so let's see what happens up the
Come on, the
fucking
Reds.